This is Transformers 96 here. With another video. I'm going to be talking about some new Marvel Legends figures shown at New York Comic Con 2016. They have shown many new Marvel Legends figures, two of which I'm going to be talking about in this video that are most likely going to be pushed into the Guardians of the Galaxy wave, which will be coming out towards the release of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's most likely the case. I haven't heard confirmation of this, but I have heard people say that that's probably going to be the case, and it does seem rather logical based on the characters that they would be in the Guardians of the Galaxy wave. So that's how I'm basically going to be doing this, but and I will discuss them as a full wave with all the other Guardians of the Galaxy figures that we've seen, but this video is mainly going to be just talking about these two characters. First of which being Adam Warlock, looking like a nice figure. I'm not quite sure which costume they've chosen to go with here. It's definitely not his really, kind of classic costume. They've gone with more of a unique version of it, which does look quite good. It looks like a lot of it's just a repaint, however. It looks like a standard body mold with just some neat paint on it, and then obviously he has tunic, whatever you call it, a little like belt with some cloth hanging down. That's obviously new, and the head sculpt's obviously new. It looks like the hands are from Spider-Man, which I do kind of like that open hand. I think that fits nicely with him, and yeah, the paint's nice. I mean, it looks like it's painted really crisply. However, this is like a prototype, so who knows how good it's going to be when you get it in mass production. But the red on black looks really good, and looking like a decent figure, nothing too special. And I would have preferred them to take to do a different costume from Adam Warlock than the one that they've chosen. However, looks like a fine figure, just one that I'm not super stoked about, I would have to say. Then we have Death's Head 2. This is a really interesting character, and when it was first shown here, I was disappointed in it because I did think that it was a Build-A-Figure. However, based on the fact that most likely these figures will be in the Guardians of the Galaxy wave, this is not a Build-A-Figure then, because they obviously have a different Build-A-Figure already. So I'm quite happy about that. I mean, if this is a regular figure, I'm super excited for it. But if it is a Build-A-Figure, then I'm disappointed with it. So we'll have to see what it is, but I think that it is just a regular figure at the moment, and it does look quite good. I was thinking, I'm not quite sure. This might have a few pieces reused from the upcoming Colossus figure. Maybe the upper arms are. I'm not quite sure, but this looks quite neat. The blue it's quite bright, and it is a big contrast to the kind of metallic silver, and then the red and the yellow. I don't think the colors match very well, and I've seen art of this guy that looks really awesome. So I wish that they went with a bit of a slightly more dull blue, or did this blue but wash like a silver into it to help it kind of mix in with the other colors a bit better. I think that would have been nice, because without doing that, it really is a big contrast that looks quite strange, to be honest. But I think that it does look like a really nice figure that seems to be a lot of new parts. I think the gun looks really good, and I love the silver, kind of bluish silver look that they have on the arms. I think that's fantastic. The head sculpt is super strange, but it does look really cool. I mean, looks like there's some excellent detail in there. And then the spikes on the legs are quite good as well. So, I mean, and as you can see, he's very big. So, he would be pretty small for a Build-A-Figure, to be honest, but he's pretty big for a regular figure. So, yeah, I think that it looks like a super unique figure. That can't be argued. But some of the colors just don't go well together, and if it's a Build-A-Figure, I'll be super disappointed. But assuming that it is a regular figure in this wave, then that looks like a super fun one to get, I have to say. So we'll have to see what it ends up being. But if they are in the Guardians of the Galaxy wave, this would be the assortment. They'd have oh shoot, I didn't look up the names. I mean, there's like Kid Nova and stuff. And then obviously the Build-A-Figure, I'm really not interested in the Build-A-Figure. I think that the character that they chose was really poor. I think that he doesn't look like a good Build-A-Figure. He doesn't look like a Marvel character. That's the biggest complaint I have with them. And this wave as a whole, nothing I'm really too excited for, I have to say. I considered skipping this wave, and seeing these two new figures that might be included in it, I'm still thinking that I might just skip this wave. But I am kind of a Marvel Legends completist, so I probably won't, but I still, it's just out of the waves that we've been seeing, this is not one that I'm super looking forward to, like, in the slightest, but we'll have to see. And then there are movie Guardians of the Galaxy figures rumored to be in this wave as well, so if that's the case, then this would be an 8-person wave, and that Build-A-Figure does not look big enough to break down into 8 pieces, so I'm not quite sure. Possibly these 2 figures aren't with the Guardians of the Galaxy wave, but character-wise it makes sense that they would be, so who knows how they're going to do it. But these new figures look pretty decent. Adam Warlock looks, I like the paint on him, but I just don't like the costume that they chose. And then Death's Head 2 looks like a super unique character and figure, but I'm not liking the colors. It looks, that Death Heads 2, that looks like a kid that that kind of mixed and matched the pieces on his toys. That's what it looks like. Now, he made something cool, but it doesn't go together, basically. That's just my opinion, though. I am pretty excited for it because I love anything unique when it comes to Marvel Legends. I mean, that's kind of the fun part about collecting the line, is that they do so many bizarre characters that you have some really unique figures, which I do love. So I'm excited for Death's Head 2. No matter what, I'll be getting that one. The rest of these, not quite sure, though. So thanks so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think of these new figures.